Tiara Holiday casually walks across the street toward a Fort Lauderdale corner store Monday evening. Her 2-year-old son is across the street with his uncle, the man in blue. And just as she's reaching the store, a silver sedan approaches. Watch the passenger side door. Tiara is inside the store, mortally wounded. Across the street, you see the baby's uncle in blue struggle to get up. You don't see Tiara's young son, but he is hit as well. And the man by the tree who appears to try to crawl away was Sheldon Lawrence. He would not survive. A total of 5 people hit. The 911 calls came in quickly.
Did you see who did it?
No, I don't see.
Oh my God. What is the address, sir?
It came in as a shooting. The caller's reporting that someone was shot. Receiving an update from PD, they're advising that a baby was hit.
A bullet grazed little Diego's head, his family says, seriously injuring his skull and requiring surgery. His leg was also broken, and now he's facing a life without his mother.
They are holding on to hope for is that upon arrival, he was crying and asking for mommy.
Whoever was in that silver car apparently didn't care that several people of all ages were standing in front of the store and across the street in the middle of a residential area.
Surveillance cameras.
The latest of 10 burglaries police believe are connected happened over the weekend here at New York Food Mart in Delhi. You can see the extent of the damage left behind by the suspects.
Grab it, grab it, grab it.
An explosion of glass and debris as an ATM comes flying through the front of this convenience store. Suspects using a chain connected to a Jeep sources say is stolen to carry out the crime Saturday morning.
I opened the cameras. I saw the first guy inside the store. I was surprised, to be honest.
Owner Ibrahim Abu Dahir says he typically opens at 7, less than 15 minutes before this happened.
But this day was -5 degrees, so I planned to open a little bit late. And the alarm hit on my phone, so I was curious what's going on.
The suspects using a crowbar and sledgehammer to get inside. Once in there, going straight for the ATM as several suspects were outside preparing for their getaway. Video from in the store shows the moment they hit the gas. It took under 5 minutes to cause thousands in damage and losses.
And this is a big loss for a small business, you know.
Abu Dahir says this is the second time he's been broken into since he opened the store in July 2025. He now keeps the register open at night to show anyone up to no good there's no money to steal. The suspects allegedly hitting 10 businesses in 8 neighborhoods across the city between January 12th and January 24th.
Career criminal, a violent repeat offender. One of the most prolific drivers of crime in this city. All ways, Memphis police described a 19-year-old who was arrested yesterday. Fox 13 has learned Kimon Bledsoe's criminal history goes back years despite his young age. Fox 13's Choice Grant has the details.
Bledsoe was arrested after a high-speed chase, but he has a long list of criminal history.
A significant criminal history for this 19-year-old. Essentially, he has been convicted of 9 prior felonies. To have that status as a 19-year-old is extremely alarming.
19-year-old Kimon Bledsoe is in custody again after leading Memphis police on a high-speed chase Wednesday. Bledsoe's adult criminal history dates back to 2023 when he stole a car. But police say his crimes kept going. They say the following summer he stole 3 cars within a month, including from a dealership. Video from one of those thefts shows him and another person breaking into 2 cars and flashing a weapon at employees at the dealership.
And this was scary and wild. A shootout in the middle of the day, a 10-year-old child caught in the middle of it, and now we know how it started. Trying to rob somebody for a pair of shoes. This happened. Memphis police say they were trying to rob somebody for a pair of shoes. This happened a week ago, March 7th, on Yale Road between Raleigh and Bartlett. Memphis police say there was a group of 5 young people, one of them only 10, trying to steal shoes from somebody outside a convenience store. Well, the person ran inside the store And that's when somebody in that car sitting across the lot, look at it. See the gun poke out?
Yeah.
Opening fire on those kids. Well, they have a gun too, and they shoot back. It doesn't appear anybody was hit. But later, the person, it appears to be a child, whose shoes they were trying to steal, they came up on him, yeah. And he runs for help.
Teenagers have been charged in a mass shooting that killed 3 people and injured 3 more at a Spotsylvania apartment complex.
Day after a gun battle erupted on this stretch of Old Greenwich Circle that left 3 people dead and 4 arrested, the majority of them teenagers.
It sounded like I was playing a video game. Like it sounded like one of the Call of Duty games.
And the remnants of which neighbors began to clean up Wednesday, including shattered glass, blood stains, and bullet holes. The Spotsylvania Sheriff's Office says the shooting happened around 5:30 p.m., and it appears it started as an illegal gun sale that turned into a robbery, then shootout.
That was some crazy. There was at least 100 shots going off. That's what it sounded like, just back to back to back to back to back.
Doorbell camera and cell phone video from neighbors given to CBS 6 shows some of the aftermath, starting with 2 people holding long guns, walking back towards the area where the shooting happened. And it appears blood soaked the arm of one of them.
They were big-ass guns. Like, that's not normal. They were ready to kill somebody.
The 2 people can then be seen stopping and running back in the other direction. Another neighbor who didn't want to go on camera says those 2 were stopped and arrested in front of her door.
Oh man, the 4th of July weekend lineup at Boynton Beach is looking fire. Napkin Wars? I wouldn't miss that for the world. Peace in the Hood at Sarah Simpson. Count me in. We have got to stop this gun violence. Let's check in on this wholesome event. Oh man, does this mean the after party is canceled?
3 women were shot, 2 were hit in the leg, 1 was shot in the hip. Police say they are all expected to recover. Multiple vehicles, some with people inside, were also struck by bullets. Others also suffered minor injuries in the chaos following the shooting.
Police say 2 rival gangs began shooting at one another.
They went through the glass. Look at out the window.
Catching Diamond Delks and 2 other women in the crossfire.
Kenneth Hollis is facing several charges, including attempted second-degree murder. Another suspect, Jamarian Petty, was arrested earlier this week.
Javon Johnson was taken into custody Thursday.
Police Friday made a 4th arrest in this case. Like the other defendants, DeAndre Ledger faces numerous charges, including attempted murder.
And there was over 36 shots that were fired.
Noon last Saturday, signs of that some 36 bullets duct taped over.
Honestly, by great luck that no one was struck inside their homes.
The police captain Philip Rodriguez says it was a shootout between whoever was in this light-colored sedan and 3 juveniles, teenagers.
2 of the individuals are captured on video shooting weapons, and the 3rd is seen as more of a lookout.
A Detroit woman hits the floor to hide from bullets flying towards her home.
House was completely drenched in bullet holes.
When everyone got up, they had a good idea who pulled the trigger, a woman they say they've been having issues with for decades.
Getting worse.
It's getting worse, yeah.
For seemingly no reason at all, she allegedly fired 20+ rounds out of her window into a neighbor's house off Whitcomb Street near
Disgusted, appalled, sickening, all words used at this afternoon's news conference describing this brutal gas station attack caught on camera. Prosecutors say a 34-year-old man sitting outside that gas station at the corner of East 140th and St. Clair did nothing to provoke that beatdown just after 12:30 yesterday morning. A swarm of attackers seemingly striking for no reason, some heavily armed. All, police say, arrived in 3 stolen cars. That victim able to get away. Investigators say he's expected to be okay. But watch what happens next. As cameras roll, a number of the teens begin shooting down St. Clair. Their target, unknown. 12 of them later arrested by Cleveland police. A symptom of a greater problem with kids committing violent crimes across the city, according to prosecutors. Today, calling for juvenile court to hold violent offenders accountable.
Surveillance video shows Jamonte Brown waiting for a ride when Josiah Hassel's car pulls up. Hassel walks up behind Brown, points a gun, and shoots him right in the back of the head. Brown falls to the ground, and Hassel speeds off. 26-year-old Josiah Hassel is facing aggravated murder, and felonious assault charges.
How brazen this is to go and shoot somebody in the back of the head at a Walmart in a crowded parking lot. The mentality of that. It's really hard to believe that this was his first violent offense.
This looks like any typical gas station stop. Cars pulling up to fill up. But look closely as this guy in a blue jacket gets out of the white car parked at the pump with a long gun tucked in his pants. As he walks toward the Gate City food store, the gunfire begins. From another angle, you can see him jump back as a barrage of bullets shatter the glass door. He then whips out the gun and returns fire, along with another man who gets out of the white car, gun at the ready. They fire toward West Andrews Avenue as a blue SUV speeds away, and a man in a dark sedan at a nearby pump runs in the same direction. A customer trying to escape the store falls to the ground to crawl away. Cars driving by turn around to avoid the shootout.
Hey, skiing up the hole. What? Hey, skiing up, huh?
These days, and tragically, it was on full display across New York City yesterday. 9 shootings on Memorial Day 9 shootings, a total of 15 victims.
7 of those shootings happened in a span of just 6 hours between 4:45 in the afternoon and 10:40 at night.
The sheriff says you can see the kids having fun in the parking lot of Kenwood Park, shooting each other with those water guns and throwing water balloons. But in the upper right-hand corner of this view, a second set of what's described as current and former Clayton County high schoolers walks up from a basketball court and enters the parking lot. The sheriff says that the two groups would have words. That would turn into punches thrown. That would turn into shots fired from guns drawn by the basketball players.
Now, these two groups knew each other because they're either students or former students.
The gun belonged to Sean Allen. They say Allen then took a handgun from one of the others there and fired the shots that killed Gillette. The sheriff says there are ongoing efforts to make Kenwood Park safer for everyone.
Take a look at some terrifying video here from Atlanta. It shows a shootout at a gas station. You can see a man walking out of the store. Another man with a gun in his waistband is following him. Then the man goes to his car and pulls out an AK-style pistol. Moments later, both start firing shots at one another. You can see the bullets hitting the windshield. It's incredible. The suspect runs off as the driver continues firing at him. As the driver's trying to leave, a woman comes out holding her shoulder after she was shot. Her condition not known this morning, but police are still investigating, and so far, believe it or not, no one's been arrested.
Talking to someone in the back seat. At the top of your screen, muzzle flashes. At least 14 from at least 2 people. The man in the white shirt hits the ground for cover when 1 second later you can see a bullet blows out the window, coming inches from the man's head. A woman and man tumble out of the car and run inside, the man losing a shoe in the process, while the man in the white shirt takes off running. One of Singh's employees also inside.
He heard the shot. He got scared,
The 2 people who ran in the store later run out, get back in the car, and drive off.